2 months ago, the 18 alleged missing persons, through their families and relatives, filed a case in High Court Civil Division in Kampala, asking court to compel government to know their whereabouts. The case filed against the Attorney General before Judge Esther Nambayo. The Attorney General denied state to know the whereabouts of 9 out of 18 people. The affidavit sworn in by the Superintendent of Police, Ntabo Joel, attached to Semwai, Paul Ajala Mukungu, a UPDF officer, and Naluzo Rashid, Superintendent of Police from Katwe Police Station, confirmed this to court. The affidavits show that there is no evidence that the missing persons were arrested by any security operatives, and also that John Bosco Chibalama was arrested and is in custody. Other persons whom state denied their whereabouts include Lukwago Martin, Nalumoso Vincent, Kanata Muhammad, and Sempi Jayuda. Others are Mugumya Rafat, Wangola Dennis, Sesazi Isma, Mubiru Hussein, Baguma John, and Zimula Daniel. The Attorney General's office contended that their disappearance was not reported to police, neither to Parliament, as relatives allege. Relatives of the affected persons seemed dissatisfied.
Siddangamu kumulaba mbadde nina n'essuubi nti bagenda kumutugulya nti waali naye batuzzeemu ebyo batuzzeemu bitumazeemu n'amaanyi kati essuubi nze erimpedde eza tebaliyo naye kuba nze mbadde nze nga bagenda kuŋŋamba nti oba baamuziika wali ekyo kimpesa naye kati ssaawa zino batubatiza erinnya ery'abannamwandu abaziika empewo kubanga musajja oyo yasoma bba wange naye kati atagambye tamuyina naye asaasire famire zange.
Amanya gange nze Nabukera Monica nga nze mukyala Kibalama. Kibalama yabuzibwawo mu 2019. Tuzze tumunoonya mu bifo eby'enjawulo era twasobola okujja wano ne tuteekayo omusango gwaffe. Olwaleero lwe batugamba tukomewo tuguwulire naye ekisinzo tumalamu amaanyi nti Kibalama y'omuntu omu ku be bawandiise be bagamba nti Kibalama taliiwo. Kibalama emabega Prime Minister yavaayo n'agamba amanyi Kibalama John Bosco waali. So kineewuunyisa olwaleero okuba nti baleese ebbaluwa eraga nti tebalina Kibalama John Bosco.
Judge Musi, lawyer for the complainant, had this to say about the Attorney General's response.
We've been in court this morning. We came to court this morning for the first mention of our case, where we are demanding that government produces the missing Ugandans, 18 of them. The Attorney General has filed a reply, which is served to us this morning as well, just before we entered court. And so far we've received 4 affidavits in reply from the Attorney General, different security officers, police officers and army officers, which are basically denying that these people have never been held by the security agencies. To show that some of these affidavits are full of falsehoods, Chibalama and Damulida, who are the first and second applicants, one of the affidavits denies that they have never been in the custody of security. Yet we have it on record, including a police spokesperson, including a minister of internal affairs in 2021, Honorable Jeji Odongo, laying before Parliament a list of people in detention, and their names were included. They have also informed the court, the Attorney General lawyers, that they have one more affidavit. So they requested for 1 more week to file that affidavit, meaning that to file the evidence. We have also requested that after they give us that affidavit, we shall only use 3 days to make a rejoinder, to reply to these affidavits, all of them. And then court has fixed the 24th of this month to come back to ensure that all the evidence is in terms of affidavits. Then court will give us directions on the way forward, on the management and hearing of this case. We still think that government has a duty to account for these people. And the judge also expressed shock that this matter has never been settled. The reason why it's never been settled, that the different forums that we've been to, Uganda Human Rights Commission, Parliament, none of them came up with a conclusive accountability as to the whereabouts of these people. So leaving us with only one option of court to ensure that we get a remedy. And that's why we are here. And that's why all these relatives are here, to demand that the state accounts for their people, because their people were last seen being taken by security agencies. And those are the orders that we shall seek for court to give us.
The Attorney General's office also requested for more time to file more affidavits in this case.
We've only followed it. We followed the debate in Parliament, and I know that the leader of opposition in Parliament gave him both the list of political prisoners who are in known custody and the list of missing persons. This was the second time that list is being laid in Parliament, actually the third time. The list was first taken to the Human Rights Committee of Parliament, then it was laid there by Honorable Mpuga last year, and it was laid there last week again. And I was pleasantly hoping that just before court, the minister can produce these people. And I would have been glad to inform court that the application has been overtaken because the people have appeared. So I'm still hoping that before 24th, before we come back to court, the minister will produce these people such that these relatives can meet their loved ones, can be reunited with their loved ones.
Others who allege disappearance of their relatives talked to UBC.
Ngenze Namuyanja Mary, mukyala wa Lukwago Martini eyatwalibwa ennaku z'omwezi 23 November 2020, bamujja mu katale k'e Bugoloobi. So olunaku olwo lwe baamutwala Martini balina n'omuntu gwe baakuba essasi. Naye lwakuba nti ekirungi nti Katonda yatuyamba yawona, akyaliyo mulamu. Naye Lukwago gigenda kati myaka 4 bukyanga bamutwala. Noonyeza buli wamu, ngenze ku mapoliisi ag'enjawulo, ngenze mu bikwekweta eby'enjawulo, nkubye omulanga buli wamu wekisoboka. Noonyeza Martin Lukwago ambuze. So badeterako n'omusajja mu mawulire gwe sitamanyi gwe salabanga nako ng'akireminga okuba nti Lukwago Martin, naye nze omwami wange gwe namala naye ebbanga nga mumanyi bulungi, nga ne bw'omundeetera nti enkovu eno mumanyi kuba namala naye emyaka 8. Martin Lukwago mumanyi bulungi nnyo. Kubanga nzijukirako mu mawulire omusajja baamubuuza nti oyina famire, n'agamba talina famire. Nze bba wange yalina abaana 3, yalina famire, yalina abantu be. Tukoze interview nyingi ze batubuuziza, tugenze mu human rights, tugenze mu poliisi ez'enjawulo, ngenze ku Jinja Road, ngenze ku poliisi y'e Bugolobi, omusango bagumanyi bulungi nnyo. Sina kye sitakoze. Martin Lukwago bakola ki? Buli omu yali amumanyi. Ne bw'ogenda e Bugolobi ku ground n'obuuza Martin Lukwago, baali bamumanyi. Kubanga olunaku lwe baamutwala buli omu yaliwo. Baamukwata n'abantu 10, ye yali wa 11. Naye that very day ne balirizinga abantu abo. N'oba oyagala omu ku bo kubulira story bwe yali ng'ozze e Bugolobi nsobola okukola ki? Okuwa omuntu oyo. Martin Lukwago yali munansi wa Uganda, yalina abaana, yalina famire bannange. Abaana beetaaga kitaabwe. Nange kenyini nali mukyala gwe namala naye ebbanga, gwe nali mpangade naye ebbanga okutaali mwaka gumu myaka 2. Bane government tusaba ngaye mwagambye nti mugenda tuyambako mutunoonyeza abantu baffe, listi mwagifunye, tulinda tuleetera abantu abo. Tujja beebaza nnyo kuba tetuna kyamaanyi kye tubeetaaza, twagala abantu baffe bambi, mutuyambe buyambe.
Yeah, I heard about the minister when he asked for the names of the missing people, and we were happy. We were like, we have gotten a solution to the answers that we have been looking for. And today, we thought that even the court was not going to sit, that our people were going to be just being brought, they were going to bring them before even the court sits. But surprisingly, they are telling us that our people are not there, but we don't know exactly what to say. The same government that is writing to us that they don't have our people, it's the same government that came out, because the Prime Minister, I think, is one of the government people. He came out with a list that they have Mr. John Bosco Chibalama. Now how comes that they're telling us Mr. John Bosco Chibalama is not there? So we request that, as Balaam asked for the names, please just help us. We don't want to. We are waiting for the good results out of it. We shall not say anything. Let's wait. We know that you will bring those people.
Muwamba 21 Novemba 2019 bamujja ku dduka lye wa Kisekka wabadde akolera naye tubadde tufunye essuubi okuva oyo minisita Balamu lwe yayogera ne pulezidenti n'asaba lisiti. Abantu bonna era babadde nga batugamba banaye mugume, pulezidenti yasabye lisiti mugume, omuntu wammwe alabika gy'ali, naffe ne tugumira ku ekyo. Naye ate kitwewuunyisizza bwe bagamba nti nate tibamuyina ate nga bakonfaminga omwogezi wa poliisi Patrick Onyango yakonfaminga nti John Damulira yakwatiddwa. Tuzenga tutambula wano buwuli wamu tetulina we tutatuuse naye kyannaku nti essuubi ligenda litugweraddemu ddala kati. Minisita sirowooza nti alina kyagenda otukolerawo kubanga n'ekyokusooka asaba lisiti olede lisiti zimazeeyo emyaka 4 n'ekirala okuteeka omwami Joel ku gundi nti amuwe lisiti ayite ffe abafamire kuba weetuli fo ky'okuteeka Joel Ssenyonyi nti naamuwe lisiti ffe abafamire weetuli atuyite atumiitingi then alabe kye tumuddamu naye nga twagala abantu baffe.
The National Unity Platform Secretary General, David Louis Luwongeya, was also at court.
These 18 people that we are still looking for, many of them were abducted in 2019, 2020, and a few of them in 2021, at the start of 2021, meaning that some of them have been missing for up to 4 years, others more than 3 years. Some people have also been asking that initially we were talking about thousands. If you go, you the journalists, and see the list which J.J. Odong initially presented to Parliament, immediately after elections, there were thousands of people who he claimed were either being tried in military courts, unit disciplinary committees, and other places. As you know, many of those people at the time were missing. So after we looked for those people for a very long time, eventually 18 people, many of them, of course, were dumped with severe injuries and all that. So 18 people are still missing up to now. That does not mean that abductions have stopped. Actually, if you see this list, at the time when we filed this case, there was another person who had just been abducted. After this case was filed, he was eventually taken to the court-martial and remanded. So we are looking for these 18 people, who include John Bosco Chibalama, who was abducted in 2019 on Martyrs' Day, 3rd June. And many others, of course. You see we are here with the family of Damulira John, Nalumoso Vincent and others, Semudu Michael and others. So we have, of course, done many things. As you know, we've used Parliament, we've gone to the Uganda Human Rights Commission, we have even petitioned the International Criminal Court. We are not stopping at anything in our pursuit for justice for these people. If you see the documents that we have filed in court, some of them are court orders which were issued. For example, for Damulira John, there was a court order commanding the state to release him. You remember John Damulira was taken away with his son, and his son testified that they took him together with the father. He had the father crying in a separate room. When they were freed, Damulira was never freed with them. This gentleman was there when they took Semudu Michael, and you can interview him, and many other witnesses who have come forward and who we shall be presenting to the court. So that is where we are now. It's very unfortunate when I hear Balaam speaking about these things the way he does. First of all, you all know that these matters have been to the Uganda Human Rights Commission, they've been to the courts of law, they've been to the Parliament. So how can someone come up to say that the same state which imprisoned these people or abducted these people, how can they come to say we should give them another list? I don't know how many times. But the good thing is that the law last week presented this list yet again in Parliament of people who are in illegal detention and those who are missing. And we hope all these people, you saw our list had 55 names of people who are in illegal detention, although there are others who are still verifying, and 18 people who are still missing up to now. And we hope all these people will be released. I just got a report a few days ago about other people who are in detention, whose family members have just approached us. So we are verifying all this information to add those people on the list and continue to demand that they are released because they committed no offense.
Court resumed on 24th April 2024. Formation of the case